What's up, fans? What's up, followers? Welcome to the Third Bowl. I'm your host, Devin Welsh, and in today's show, I'm going to mix it up a little bit, all right? I'm going to change it up. Usually, I post content about the Baltimore Ravens, things that are going on with them, Lamar Jackson situation, signing OBJ, things of that nature. But in today's show, I have to do this because, as I say, real football fans watch spring football. So, we're going to be talking about week 1 of season 2 of the USFL. The United States Football League is back and it's better than ever. We're going to chop it up right now. Let's get into it. All right, so like I said, we're going to be breaking down all of the USFL games from this weekend. There were 4 because there are 8 teams. And the first game to kick it off was a great one. It was between the Philadelphia Stars and the Memphis Showboats. I'm going to start off by telling you guys the score. The final score was 27-23. The Stars won it out in the end. It was a great game. Here are my notes on this game, and here are my takeaways, right? So for the Showboats, they got number 3, Brady White. He's a quarterback. I think he's a gunslinger. I think he's pretty solid. He did throw high a couple times throughout the game, so I think as soon as we can get more consistent quarterback play out of him, the team is really going to take off. Great running back, Alex Collins. He's very fast, very shifty. They need to find a way to keep him involved in the offense. And then 2 good receivers to round out this solid wide receiver room. Number 4, Derek Dillon, and number 6, Rashard Davis. He was the one that did catch a touchdown. For the Stars, we do have a returning favorite, number 10, Case Cookus. If we remember from last season, Case Cookus came in for the injured starting quarterback for the Stars. He took the Stars, all the way to the championship game, and in the 4th quarter of the championship game, while up by 3, Cookus broke his leg. But he did decide to come back, and I'm glad he did because he looks better than ever, in my opinion. I wrote down MVP front runner easily. His leg looks A-okay. He's a scrambling man. He delivers for his team when needed. He hangs in on tough throws. And who can blame him when he has such a great supporting cast? Number 12, Roland. He's a wide receiver. I wrote down he's a slot burner and returner. He's very fast. They need to keep him involved. He is a great receiver for the team. Also, number 7, Devin Gray, another receiver. He also caught a huge long touchdown over the shoulder. It was a beautiful throw, beautiful catch. And number 1, to round it out, I don't know the first name, but Coleman. He's also, like I said, the wide receiver. I believe the Stars have the top wide receiver room in the league. That's my thoughts. And to round it all out, I keep saying that, but to round it all out, Stars are my number 1 team so far. If you haven't seen it on Twitter, I released my week 1 weekly power rankings, the Third Bowl power rankings for week 1 USFL. Check it out on my Twitter. We're going to move into the next segment. Before I move into the next game, I really felt like I should mention another note of mine from the Stars offense. They need to develop a run game for sure next game because Case Cookus cannot be the leading rusher of the team. And with that being said, let's move into the next game. Saturday night, it was between the New Jersey Generals and the Birmingham Stallions. They laid on a whooping on the Generals. Stallions ended up on top 27, Generals 10. Let's break it down. For the Generals, number 1, DeAndre Johnson, and number 9, Prukup, the 2 quarterbacks on the team. I believe Prukup will be the starting quarterback. I have more faith in him. He just looks like a more professional quarterback for this league. He did fumble, but I feel like he can, actually push the ball downfield. Number 18 for the Generals, Cam Eccles-Looper. He's a wide receiver and also a returner. I thought he was dangerous. He was quick. He was shifty. Definitely need to keep him involved. And my favorite running back in this league, Darius Victor, number 27. The big rambling man. He's a big old bowling ball. He is the leader in rushing yards after week 1, and he lays a bruising. I would not want to try to stop him. So definitely try to get more downhill running for Victor. Get that ball moving. Next week, I'd like to see that. For the Stallions, Jamar Smith, number 6. He's a returning quarterback. He won the, I believe he won the MVP in the USFL championship last year. But to start it off this year, I believe his first play from scrimmage, he dropped back and laced a beautiful 60-yard touchdown. It was amazing. But the next play or next drive, he actually injured himself. So it came in Alex McGough, number 2. He's the backup quarterback, might be the starting quarterback after his performance for the Stallions. He had a great pump fake QB run touchdown. It was amazing. He's mobile. He's accurate. It's going to be a crazy quarterback battle for the Stallions. Let's break down some other skill players. Number 33, Scooby Wright, a fan favorite from last year, also returning back this year. He's a linebacker. I think they call him the Shark. He does something like this. He had a forced fumble, but he did also get injured in this game. Lots of injuries for the Stallions. Number 17, Marlon Williams, tore his left Achilles. Out for the season. Tough to see him go, but they also have other skill positions, other receivers that can fill that gap, such as number 14, Austin Atkins. He caught a 61-yard touchdown. Number 81, Myron Williams, and number 12, Jay Sternberger, the tight end. He also caught a touchdown. I feel the Stallions are going to be a great team to watch for this season, just like last year. I do have them at number 3 in my rankings. We'll get into that later. Next segment. All right, next game. This was Sunday morning. I couldn't really watch this game too much. I was flipping back and forth between the Defenders and the Arlington Renegades for the XFL Week 9. I'm a huge XFL fan. I just love spring football. But today's video is about the USFL, so let's get into that. Sunday morning, it was between the Michigan Panthers and the Houston Gamblers. Panthers ended up on top, 29, Gamblers 13. Superb quarterback play from number 12 of the Panthers, Josh Love. He went 19 of 21 for 216 yards, 3 touchdowns, 0 interceptions. They also have probably my second favorite running back, I should say. It's just hard because their styles are so different. This is number 2, Stevie Scott III for the Panthers. He was dominant all game long. He's a tough runner and he has quick feet. Top running back in the league. He's going to be so much fun to watch for the rest of the season. Number 3, Reggie Corbin, the backup running back for the Panthers. Best running back room in the league, in my opinion. Number 85, Baugh, tight end, caught a touchdown. For the Gamblers, disappointing performance from them overall. Number 11, Kenji Bahar. He's the quarterback for the Gamblers. The only reason I know of him is because he was with the Ravens back in 2021. They also have a running back by the name of Pledger, number 29. He scored 2 touchdowns. But overall, I can't really give them a good grade for the receivers, at least, because of the lack of opportunities due to the poor quarterback play. Overall, it was just such a poor performance from all aspects of the team. So for the Panthers, I have them ranked number 2 in my power rankings. And don't get me wrong, they really kicked some butt on Sunday. But I'm hesitant to put them number 1 simply because they played against the Gamblers defense. And the Gamblers defense is they're in my opinion, the worst team in the league. Worst defense, worst special teams, worst offense. So just a little hard for me to, nudge them out of the top spot, or nudge the Stars out of the top spot, I should say. But overall, the Panthers defense is amazing. I feel like this team is going to be one to watch. The top 2 spots are definitely the Stars and the Panthers, in my opinion. You can, one could argue Stars, Panthers, Panthers, Stars. In my opinion, it's Stars, Panthers, simply because of the fact that Case Cookus is back. And, the returning fact of, or I shouldn't say the returning fact, but the fact that we have a returning quarterback who has developed such a rapport with the team. I think that speaks volumes. And, Josh Love also did that over the offseason. But if we look back at his performance last season, he didn't play too well. And he didn't play this well. So it could be a fluke or it could be the new level for him. We shall see. Now we're going to move into the next game in the next segment. To finish up week 1 of the USFL, Sunday night, the game was the New Orleans Breakers versus the Pittsburgh Maulers. And the Breakers ended up on top, 22, Maulers 15. Let's break down the game. For the Breakers, number 1, McLeod Bethel-Thompson was the starting quarterback, and he did not come out at any point throughout the game. So I feel like he is the definitive number 1 quarterback moving forward. He is a veteran quarterback from the Canadian Football League. He's won 2 Grey Cups, which I believe is the equivalent of the Super Bowl up in Canada. He's a gutsy gunslinger. That's how I define him. And he's a little bit older. He's got a big old beard, and he kind of reminds me of Big Ben, but just not as big, maybe medium Ben. He's definitely needed some time to get used to this league and get used to playing football down here, maybe where the air's a little thinner or maybe a little thicker, who knows. But he went 6 for 17, 94 yards at the 2-minute warning in the first half. He did develop a feel in the second half. Definitely, he did get the ball rolling. I also noticed that the team had the most success when they had 6 offensive linemen for protection for him. So get him more protection, you get more out of him, right? So for the Breakers, they also had number 13, Sage Surratt. He's a tight end, promising young tight end. He was pretty great. He also did have a drop. And number 6, Anthony Jones, the running back. I wrote down quick feet, but needs some weight. He looks thin. Sometimes the hole hits him. Sometimes he hits the hole. They do have a solid wide receiver room, Adams, Dixon, and Stone. Overall, the defense was the dominating force in the game, in the trenches. For the Maulers, number 12, James Morgan was the quarterback. He's the average pocket quarterback. No big deal. Number 12, I didn't get the first name, but Gary, he's the running back. He had a 37-yard touchdown run. He does keep his feet moving. Definitely one of the better players on the team. They also have I like this, just the last name, number 37, Groshek. He's the running back out of Wisconsin. He's also on the team. Probably their speedier guy and better wide receiver, Bailey Gaither, number 4. He's a wide receiver kick returner. Much like Roland for the Stars, he did definitely needs to get the ball more. He's the wide receiver 1 on the team. But also Henny is a wide receiver punt returner. He had an 82-yard punt touchdown return. It was amazing. It was beautiful. It was so much fun to see in the first weekend of the USFL. And it just really goes to show what's in store for us as spring football fans. Real quick, just wanted to mention the Maulers, solid coaching, especially special teams and the defense. Just so far, those are the 2 strong points of the Maulers. If they can get that offense going, get some more cohesion, some more chemistry, maybe this team can lift up their ranking, move up from 7, maybe up to 6, 5, 4. I don't think they can get, maybe by some crazy stroke of luck, they can move up into the upper echelons of the league, but I feel like this is kind of a build year for them, maybe next year. And for the Breakers, they couldn't develop a rushing attack in this game. They definitely need to get that going next week. Now, to end today's show, I'm going to share with you the Third Bulls USFL Week 1 Power Rankings. In the top spot, I have the Philadelphia Stars, and I have to because Case Cookus came back and he balled out. He has a great set of weapons surrounding him. Their defense is great. The continuity and the coaching staff and being with the team in the offseason, his leg looks A-okay. And they played a solid defense in the Showboats. That's why I have the Stars number 1. Number 2, Panthers. I know we had a record-setting performance out of Josh Love. I know we did. But who did he throw against? The Gamblers, who I have in the lowest spot. So after next week's game against the top spot Philadelphia Stars, we're going to see who is really the king of the North, Cookus or Love. In third, I have the Stallions, the Birmingham Stallions. I have them at 3 simply because the injuries that they sustained in week 1. It was pretty bad. Jamar, oh my God, I almost said Jamar Chase. Jamar Smith, Scooby Bright, and Marlon Williams, all 3 of them going down. Huge members for the team. All 3 going down in week 1. And Marlon out for the whole season. It's, going to be hard to come back. Alex McGough was great, but, it's always better to have your number 1 guy out there. In fourth, we have the Showboats, the Memphis Showboats. 5th, we have the Breakers. 6th, we have the New Jersey Generals. 7, we have the Maulers. And 8, in last, the Houston Gamblers. And that's going to round it out for the Power Rankings Week 1. Next week, I'm going to update them. And of course, thank you so much for tuning in to today's show of the Third Bowl with Devin Welsh. I'm your host. Don't forget to like, follow, subscribe, and share with your friends. And tune in all the time for more content about spring football. Because like I say, real football fans watch spring football. Adios. What?